Welcome back, dweebs, to another episode of the Weekly Dweeb. With me, as always, is my good friend Kev. Kev, what hat we rocking at? What we got going on there?
Oh, this is a Harley Davidson joint. This is a
Oh,
retro rifle. So, I'm not actually cool enough to
I
ride one
love
of
the
those
logo
things, but
to
I have
have on.
enough family members who are in that cool club, and so I gotta have
The hat
something
looks
that I
dope.
can wear when we're all out together, so I don't look
So you
like a
fit in a
cop.
little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the logo. I've never seen that before. Yeah. Also, like, I'm not getting on a two-wheeled vehicle. Not because of my driving skills. It's because everybody else. And ain't nobody out there fucking paying attention these days.
I need a little more, a little larger bumper for me in any
Yes.
and all scenarios. I just, we're a bump and run family over here, so
Mm-hmm.
I need to be swapping paint and not the denim on my jeans.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want no scabs on my. I don't want to burn my knees and legs. No, thank you. Break bones. I'm good. I'm good. I bet it's awesome, but I don't trust people out there. Speaking of breaking bones, Kev, we have finally arrived. This is the first review series of the mini shows that are happening this month. We are tackling Invincible tonight. We have finally. Let me say, I have finally caught up. Kev has been caught up for a while. It took me a second. I am finally caught up. We are reviewing episodes 1 through 6 of season 4. I think by the time this publishes, episode 7 will come out. So that is not a part of this. We'll do those, the next 2 together. So the first 6 episodes of season 4. Kev, initial thoughts, just overarching feeling, thoughts. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
We're not there yet, but
No spoilers
we're
yet.
no spoilers for now. But I'm just giving you ample time. Because at some point there will be spoilers for everything that has happened in the show and potential comic spoilers as well as we talk about some of these characters. So overall, quick thoughts. I enjoy it a lot so far. There are moments where you're like, wow, that was kind of a lot. It's a lot easier to digest some of this stuff, James, as frames on a page without the sound effects, or
I know what
unless
you're
you're
talking.
adding your own sound effects in there.
I've got it wrote down to discuss. I know exactly. I got a very specific one I think you're talking about. And boy, oh boy,
it makes me wonder where else they'll go, because things may continue to escalate, I guess, is what I will say when it comes to the graphic nature of the fight.
They don't hold anything back.
No.
They really
But
don't.
I'm enjoying it. And like I said to you pre-show, James, one of the things that a side benefit, a bonus benefit for me personally, is that the more I watch this show and see stuff from the portion of the comics I have not yet gotten to in my own reading, the more I am like, I cannot wait to sit down and read more of this. So I'm enjoying it. It will not be without its critiques. Do not worry, gang. For the most part, the curmudgeon version of Kev is retired, but I will still passionately critique this bad boy at certain points, but it is with love, because generally speaking, I think these guys are doing a great job. James, how are you feeling? You got the similar experience as me. I binged the first 5 episodes, so I did get to the party late, just not as fashionably late as you were.
Yeah, I was very fashionably late. I showed up an hour and a half late for the party. And also, just to note, Kev mentioned it. Kev's read a decent amount of the comic, right? Or I've read 0, so I don't know shit about shit. You've read a decent amount, right?
Yeah, and by decent, I mean it's still a small amount, but like we're talking like dozens of issues. I'm probably like halfway to where we're at. So I'm probably somewhere like 30, 40 issues.
Okay,
in.
yeah. Oh, got it. Yeah.
And the stuff that we are going to discuss today, just for a reference point, the episodes 5 and 6 are in that like 70 to 75 issue range. So I'm like halfway to where this current storyline is. And that's So this storyline is in Compendium 2. I'm still in the first one. There are 3 of those bad boys. So
Oh
I think
shit, there's plenty more to
like
go.
there's like 150-ish issues of this comic. So
Oh shit. Okay.
maybe a little more.
I
But
was
at least
wondering
150.
I was wondering if where this is headed that we might be wrapping it up in another season, but that's no way.
Potentially, I mean,
It'd be pretty
it,
rushed, I think.
yeah, it depends. There are some changes, and those will be some of those spoilers that we'll talk about later.
Mhm.
Like they do make some pretty big changes with some of the characters, but so I
Mhm.
think there's a version of the main storyline, the main conflict that that's kind of the focus of this season right now. That maybe it could be wrapped up in I would say 2 seasons. Like I don't think there's only one more
Yeah.
season of this. I think that might be a little too quick, but yeah, I could see them still wrapping it up in a couple more years. I don't
Yeah.
know that, we're only halfway home as far as the show goes, but yes, there's still a lot of really cool shit to come if these last few episodes were any indicator. As Tal Bachman Overdrive said, you ain't seen nothing yet,
No
baby.
kidding. I am really enjoying this season. I will say I think 5 of the 6 episodes are good. There's one
Oh, I know the one.
that sticks out like a sore thumb that we will discuss. I've always thought this show has a lot as too many storylines going on at the same time. And for the first time, I think they do a really good job of wrapping them up and together and pushing it all kind of in one direction. There's a loose end that we'll discuss that happened and then they haven't really touched about it. And now I just want to write that down because I just remembered it. But it's really good. The animation's awesome. The acting is great. Steven, is it Steven Yuen? Is that how you say his name?
That is a pretty solid guess. I would
I'm
say
looking up,
that's
looking
pretty
up
close.
the pronunciation.
I'm just realizing I've
course.
never said his last name out loud. I've just immediately called him Glenn.
He is. Yeah, that's what I remember him from the earliest.
Finally got his get back on Negan.
Yoon, Stephen Yoon. Yuhn, all capital is the pronunciation. So Stephen Yoon. He's incredible. This show, man, I can't go there yet. That's a spoiler. I had to stop myself. Fight scenes are awesome. You talked about the sound effects and where they're going. Like they're not afraid, and some it is. Some of it's a little squeamish, even for an animated show. Some of it's squeamish. It's a little bit like Jesus.
Dude, I think moments like that when they happen, because I agree with you. There was one point, and I'm pretty sure it's the same one you're thinking of, where
it has to be.
I literally stood up at one point and kind of walked away from the screen and said, "Dude, we get it."
Mm-hmm.
Like
it kept lingering and lingering. Yeah, it was. Oh man,
trigger warning for bad language. I fucking get it. Okay,
yeah.
message received. Can we please move forward?
Yeah, it's the same scene.
But what I will say to the credit, and this is why I think Foley artists and the people that do sound effects for all different levels of the entertainment business are the unsung heroes, because that is a freaking cartoon, dude. But the sound effects are so good.
Oh, it felt real.
Feels real.
Felt real.
And it's not to say that the animation is, has nothing.
Animation
to
is
do
top.
with it,
Animation is top notch. But the sound effects that go with it, oh man,
it just immediately immerses you to where you can forget that it's a cartoon, brother. It ain't real. It's like watching a Saw movie sometimes. This show.
Yeah, yes. I want to throw the spoiler tag up just to give everybody a warning, because where I want to go is I set a timer by accident. So you got 10 seconds here. It's a pretty big spoiler. So, spoilers territory, folks. We are started. It's happening. I think this show is infinitely better with Omni-Man in it. I think the first season is the best season until this one, and I'd have to rewatch, but I think this one's going to be up there. But when Omni-Man is interacting with the main characters, with Mark, now Oliver, I think this show is so much better. He's an incredible character.
Yeah, that's true. And I think J.K. Simmons
JK's awesome. Yeah, JK
does a
Simmons
lot of
is
great
awesome.
work there too. So
Yes,
I think it helps having somebody like him because, honestly, when you're voice acting the whole comic in your head, characters may sound a different way, but like, so having Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Conquest is like really elevates that character. He was already
the voice actors are so good. They're so good, man.
But when you get those two both in the same season, it's like, okay, well, not to say there's a lot of talent across that cast, of course. So I don't mean to say that, but it's like sports guys, a sports analogy here. Forgive me, but James, this season is almost like you've got a great team, but two of your all-stars were injured for the past month and you're getting them back just in time for the playoffs, and it's like, all right, we still have we still have a great team here, but now it's that much better.
Yeah, right.
Two of these just
I'm not saying the
talent.
show's bad without him. It's very good without him. With him, I think it steps the game up.
I agree. And there's an added dynamic to that. Without kind of taking us on too deep of a tangent, I will just say we are getting a lot more character development for Omni-Man in this season than we got in that version of the comics. So
you've been talking about that pre-show. Yeah,
I looked ahead. I wanted to bite the bullet because it's one of my favorite parts of us doing these is talking about the source material and the crossovers and the changes that were made. So I bit the bullet, kind of spoiled the rest of the comic for myself, which positive note, I still can't wait to read it. So it didn't really ruin anything for me.
I was trying to look up the voice actor for General Thrag, and I clicked on something, and I saw something that happens later in the comic. I'm like, God damn it, that's not what I was looking for.
Yeah, you can't avoid him.
I was like, fuck, that's not what I was looking for. Thrag is voiced by Lee Pace. I knew it was somebody big. He played Ronan the Accuser in the MCU.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't recognize that name, but yes. So, like you said, not only is it better when we have like the full cast of characters, with maybe the exception of one that we'll get to in our sticks out like a sore thumb portion of this show, but to add to that, you're getting so much more depth with Omni-Man as well. Like that scene where Debbie gets to tell him what's what does not happen in the comic. It's
crazy when
that
you're talking
whole
about
thing is like 4 panels. It's just in and out. I think it is the one time we hear Omni-Man say "I'm sorry," but it's like a 2-sentence "I'm sorry." And Debbie's a completely different character. She's much more fleshed out. Same with Eve. Like they're just better characters in the show because the show chose to spend more time with them. As simple as that, right? They're just kind of there to be Eve has some great powers and stuff, but as far as like their character development, they're just kind of the partners of the main characters. They're not as crucial. They're not as focused on it. And Debbie especially, Debbie more so than Eve, because she didn't really have shit to do in the comics. I don't even think they tell her before they leave. Like they just, things move a lot faster in the comics. Like there's no heart to heart one-on-one between Omni-Man and Mark. He just kind of shows up. And then the next panel, like they're already with the coalition.
Don't deal with the fallout of him returning, all the characters' lives that he affected by with what he did. Him and Oliver's relationship is awesome.
Also way different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually have a point. Like there's something to it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, like you talked about it. Like I was going to say that. I was like, it sounds like they don't cover a lot of that character development in the comic. Yeah. Oliver goes from like, he hates him. He fucking hates him. He comes to Earth, doesn't see him, leaves, It's a whole mess. I think they do a great job with Oliver and Omni-Man's with Nolan's relationship. I think it's a fantastic how they go about it and basing it around Mark damn near fucking dying. Can we talk about that scene? Can we talk about it?
Should we talk about it? Yeah. Not just a spoiler warning. I don't think we have a trigger warning for this show.
You
We don't
need
have
a
that
trigger
banner,
warning.
but there is one.
We're not going to show it, so I guess there's that fucking the end of the conquest fight is disturbing. It is disturbing. Both sides of it. Like, he's choking him out. His face is just exploding. And he gets the gut scene is so much. Like, that might have went too far for me.
And too long, too. Like, that was my part. It was like,
yeah,
okay, cool moment.
It goes and goes.
And the sound never stops. And after a while, he goes back to it. And you can just kind of, I think it's even out of the frame. You can just kind of hear the intestines getting pulled again. And it's, dude.
And then it goes on. It's too much. That's where I will say that was too much. But then you get Nolan and Oliver showing up, and you get another view of it, and they pull no punches. Both of them are beat to fucking a pulp, and they show it, and I've never felt squeamish watching an animated show before. And that's one of the first times I'm like, this is,
yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I turned away at one point and just like, all right, you
can still hear it.
I'm gonna take a lap. And then we'll come back. And hopefully by the time I get back to this room, they've moved on to the next scene. It was just a whole lot. I mean, it makes sense. I still think it lingered longer than I cared to have it linger, but it was just sort of showing like this whole underlying thing is what's different about Mark is that he has family, he has loved ones, he cares about other people more than himself. Like that's his secret superpower. Like he's already a Viltrumite, but like that's gonna be the thing that allows him to beat these fighters that he normally would not be able to beat. So, and this whole thing they've been doing this season is Mark kind of dealing with his dark side and the fact that when someone he loves is in danger, he kind of has the ability to go full Omni-Man on a fool, and not have it turn out so well for them. And I think this was a moment where he kind of fully stepped into that dark side, because they're like when he bites off the dude's thumb.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He bites his thumb off.
Which is just sort of like it felt like in that moment he had realized that he didn't, by not killing Conquest the first time, like that. I think maybe he finally is going to accept that sometimes in his universe you just have to make that hard decision. And as they say in the Hateful Eight, what does it say? Something like, you only need to hang mean bastards, but mean bastards you need to hang. Kind of like, it's like, hey, listen, killing is bad, but when the dude's name is Conquest and he's judo chopping holes into people's stomachs, I guess there's only gonna be one solution to this one, Mark. So it'll be interesting to see how he recovers from all of this. But to me, that was the moment signaling like, okay, he either lost or won that battle, I guess, based on your perspective as the viewer. Like, if you think he did the right thing, or is this him
he struggles
getting a little
with
too close to the Viltrumite side?
Yeah, he struggles with it throughout the season because he kills the Sequid guy early in the season because he's worried that they're going to break out, right, and take over Earth. He struggles with it a lot during the season, but he also, I can't remember when there is, but he's talking to somebody. There's a scene where they talk about how all these people he's let live keep coming back and causing problems, keep coming back and making a mess of things. And he's debating, like, should he be killing people? What's the cost of it all? So it's
Batman Joker.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big thing in this season. The conquest fight. Oh god dang.
A lot of that pulled from the comics too, like the whole judo chop into the whatever that Viltrum punch is with the flat fist punch. Like that is a straight pull from a panel of the comic. When you mentioned like when Nolan and Oliver show up and they see them both laying there, like that part was in the
Yeah,
comic
you say
as
it's
well,
very
so
similar, right? Like there's some just straight. Some of these battles are pulled.
yeah, for the fight
right
stuff,
out. The fight stuff, yeah.
they know it's like they understand what got them to the dance, because there are again, this stuff I won't spoil because it, I chose to have this stuff spoiled for me, so I'm not gonna go too crazy with the comic spoilers here. But there are, as you can probably imagine, even wilder fight scenes coming.
Yeah.
That, as it's been described to me, one in particular has been held up as potentially one of the best fight scenes in comic history. That's high praise. That praise is not coming from me. That's just what I've heard.
Yeah.
But I could believe it once I saw the panels that these fight scenes were pulled from. I was like, oh wow. Like the animators did their thing, but like there was a lot more of that in the original stills than I would have imagined, where I'm like, holy shit, how long did it take to draw that?
Awesome. Very pumped for that. Again, I've never read any of it. I may need to. Also, I don't want to say this. Fuck them for doing this, but shout out for not doing it. The Conquest comes back fake out is really good. I was mad.
Oh, yeah.
Where they hover over his grave like he's gonna pop out, and then they just zoom it back out and change the sounds, and then cuts credits in episode 6. I'm like, I was visibly mad. I'm like, seriously, are we fucking like he's not dead again? Like, are we fucking doing it? And then it changes back and changes the sound. I'm like, all right, you guys, you got me. That was jokes on me. That was well played. But I was like, God dang it! Like, can these guys not die?
Great bonus point for self-awareness from the showrunners. Right,
yeah,
there.
Absolutely great self-awareness bonus points there. Yes, 100%. Like, I was like,
let's get you worked up.
Although
that was probably devastating for some people, James, because Conquest is apparently a fan favorite. There are folks, and I imagine some of it was from the comic. I think a lot of it has to do with picking the right voice actor, and old JD is
so
perfect. I don't think I could ever imagine anyone else doing that voice, but in the comic, they do a good job. One of the things that was cut from the space fight scene, because that whole sneak attack, like all of that, again, pulled from the comic run, is there's a panel where Nolan is in a piece of a broken ship and he looks out and he sees Conquest. He's got Mark in like a rear naked choke, and Nolan, to an audience of no one, it just says like Conquest and something along the lines of oh no, to where it's like they make a point to show you that even Omni-Man is like fuck. This fucking guy, I'm screwed, man. I'm so screwed. And so we don't get that, but I think Conquest, his reputation precedes him a little bit. So there were folks who had the opposite feeling that we had, James, that were like, oh yes, he's coming back, we get more Conquest. And then
they were mad.
They get the rug pulled out.
You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong. Fuck you, Cecil, for keeping him alive. Like, come on, bro. Like, fucking dirty rat.
Dumb. Cecil, and yeah, that's a part where the show, I think, maybe improves it. Because in the space fight, comic wise, like Conquest tells on Cecil essentially. Like, he doesn't realize he's doing it, but he's like, someone thought they could contain me under the surface of your planet, which is like, okay, the show did a better job of trusting its audience, because we all know there's only one entity on the planet of Earth that could store and keep Conquest alive. So Mark can just inherently know it without it having to be spelled out to the audience. And I was like, that was a very good choice. Like,
he says something, but it's not like that. Yeah. He mentioned something about it, but not to that extent. I can't remember what he exactly says. It's almost a throwaway line, really.
Oh, okay. So much so that I may have missed it. So I may
He
stand
mentioned
corrected
something
on
about not, it might have been just something like, you can't keep me down. I can't remember. I caught it, but it was absolutely not like, it wasn't like that for sure.
I
Wasn't
did
this
love
like slap you in the face, like, here you go.
when speaking of slaps in the face, when Mark was like asking Conquest basically, are you gonna cry again? Are you gonna and he's like, I told you that in confidence.
That was so fucking funny. You gonna cry again? I told you that in confidence.
Like that was good.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
They're good.
we talk about
Walking
it a
Dead
lot.
reunion there.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, that's why I
When
made that joke earlier when I was like, Glenn
I
finally got his
didn't,
get back on Negan.
I completely
Yeah.
didn't even piece that together because I stopped watching, but I completely forgot that Glenn finally got his revenge. God dang, good. That's a good one. Nice. You had to walk me to the finish line on that one. I tripped. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, good because I realized I made that joke during the non-spoiler section of the show. So I may have
well, yeah,
fucked that
you
up
have
for
to be
somebody.
deep
My
into
bad.
you got to be deep in The Walking Dead to get that one too, and that was some time ago. Yeah, I think they do a good job. I've talked about this in the past of how I think there's too many random storylines going away that take away from what we want to see. And again, there's a shitload of storylines going on at the beginning of the season, but they all start to kind of bleed together, and really they all lean into the Mark struggling with should he or should he not kill people, and the fact that Earth is just getting bombarded by everything known to fucking every storyline that's ever happened is now they're trying to destroy Earth. The Sequids, the aliens come back again for like the third time, and like they at least all kind of lend into the fact that like they're losing control of Earth, which is good. There's a forgotten storyline that I don't know how it plays out. Rex and Monster Girl go to that other universe where
Right.
where the aliens are to break the satellite that's keeping them alive, and it hasn't. There's been a couple throwaway lines since, mainly by Eve being like, "Oh, Rex can't help me now because he's gone."
Yeah.
But other than that, like they've kind of really just not talked about it, and it's also like, well, when the hell are they gonna talk about it? You know, like because
Yeah,
now
I
we're in the
can't,
we're in the final. We're here. We're at the end. You know,
we got like 2 episodes left, I think.
2 episodes
So
left. Yeah.
yeah, I assume they're saving him for the big reveal, like Gandalf, they will return at the turning of the tide. And
Mm-hmm.
but it'll be interesting. Maybe they wind up as part of the battle with the coalition. But yes, what you pointed it out, and I'm glad you mentioned it because they've done a pretty good job of not going back to it at all. So it's easy to forget with all of the crazy shit that's happened in that show just in the last 2 episodes. Like enough
Yep.
has happened in 5 and 6 for us to potentially do an hour on either episode on their
Yeah.
own.
5 and 6 are huge. Yeah.
And so, yeah, for them to not have mentioned anything, it makes me think that
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly the goal, that they are like, okay, you're going to forget about these guys. And that's why I hate previously on for any show. Like it's not just this show that does, and I don't even remember if Invincible specifically does it. I know the boys
They
do
did.
it,
I think they
and
did one. Yeah.
I think Invincible does it too because it's like a spoiler, like if
Yeah.
you are showing me previously on and you show me 10 seconds about something that didn't happen, that happened 5 weeks ago, well, now I know that, when I see something like it's gonna, I don't know, it's just I'd almost rather go in, it's like trust me to remember that I
Yeah.
watched the show, and if you spent that much time away, it better be a big return, because otherwise, like, it's on you telling the story to tell
Yeah.
it in a way where I don't need a 3-minute refresher to
Yeah.
watch your video. It's like we're talking about like 4 hours worth of content here. Do we really need to say previously on? Like what are we doing here? So I assume that's what's going to happen. They're going to get us all to forget about it and then ruin it for themselves by saying previously on, and then they'll show Rex and her, and then we'll know that, okay, we're going to get that answered this week. There goes your surprise. But yeah, I could also see us not hearing from them, James, until next season, because
I think that's probably the most plausible.
Yeah, I kind of took the scenic route to get there, but that's what I was getting at. Is there's Angstrom, you know, the time travel guy, like you mentioned.
Fuck, I forgot. Yeah,
the
Sequids. Rex had a Sequid inside of him. There's that.
Yeah, right. And there's of course, like you said, the aliens that keep coming back. So they do a pretty good job, I think, of planting seeds. So that way, when it does get brought back, you're like, oh shit. So there was a point to that. Like even we see it in some of the early episodes, kind of a lesser plot line right now, but I'm sure it's going to come back with everybody working for Robot Head again. You know, like we had I can't remember the guy's name.
Yep.
Turn his skin to concrete.
Yeah, you got where Oliver had to help. Like he went on that mission, and turned out to be way bigger one than the dragon guy and than the stone guy. And Mark shows up and beats the fuck out of the stone guy for no reason. Like it was a little. That was not necessary. He was just freaking out because Oliver was getting his shit rocked. And then all of a sudden the crime gang is back together, got tricked into joining again, both those two.
Yeah, which it was another one we haven't heard of. So I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a storyline that makes you got one on me there.
And in light of a particular bottle episode,
Machine Head, Titan, and Master Liu.
Machine Head. I went Robot Head, which I think is like
close
movie studio or something.
It's the J.J. Abrams studio. Robot.
Hey, there it is.
What is it? It's Bad Robot.
Okay. Yep. But yeah, it's let me ask you that question. Actually, that's how I'll do it. I'll frame it because I can't decide whether it's better this way or if it would be better if it were more of a flavor of the month. Do you like that they have recurring subplots so that way when we have those moments that either just has to be a minor conflict because it's a superhero show, so you got to fight bad guys usually at least once a week, and you can't always have this Thrag level, Thanos level villain to always be fighting and losing against. So you have to make some wins in. Do you like that they keep coming back to things like the Segwids and the age too fast aliens, or would you rather that just be something new every time? I think I like it, James, but I'm open to being convinced.
I think I like it more this season than I have because they do a better job of weaving it into the overall narrative of what's going on with Mark. Where a lot of those episodes in seasons past have been those one-offs where we're like, no, I want more Nolan, or like da-da-da. Like, I think they do a better job of it this season. And there's also some like they can use some of those villains where Oliver isn't just incredibly overmatched early on. Like he gets better by the end because he trains with Nolan, but even against the dragon, he's in a bad spot. He ain't supposed to be there. Like he can't handle that. That dragon almost killed Mark last season. But there's some other ones where you can use him and train him a little bit there, and he's not completely outmatched. So I do think they do a better. We haven't talked about it yet. Yeah. Episode 4, Herm, is just, it's so out there. And episode 4 is what used to happen a lot. Just completely irrelevant side story. And the only thing is Mark he talks to Darkwing about what he's going through. Or not Darkwing, it's Dark Blood. It's just not Darkwing Duck. It's Damien Darkblood.
That one went right over my head.
I just saw his name. There, I was like, oh shit. It's so irrelevant, and it's about this underworld that we've never spent any time in. It's a bad. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad episode in general. Like it's fine. It's fine. overall, though, it just makes no sense to me. Just, I don't know.
You know, I don't disagree with you because on one hand, it's like, hey, there's a lot of other cool shit going on right now, and so
Yeah, and we
to
dropped that
detour away
one.
for that for a whole hour for this,
Yeah,
to me was certainly underwhelming because yeah, it felt like it felt very Mandalorian to me, James. You know, I
kind
kind of
of. Yeah.
fell out of love with that show because I felt like it was just a new side quest every week,
Yep.
and I didn't really enjoy that aspect of it. And so this was one of those where, like, I get it. We are getting character development from Mark with those conversations he has, and you know, him just kind of just having a weird day already. He's like already going through these personal guilts and troubles, and now he's being asked to help Satan in a war for hell, and he's got to
Yeah.
like try to deal with the fact that the version of Satan that he was
Is
raised like is
yeah,
not,
it's
it's
not
not the
real.
same thing. So he's like, dude, I can't help the devil, man. Like, what is this? Like, I'm
Yeah.
already feeling bad about killing a dude who was going to enslave the whole world incidentally. Like, he was innocent. That was an easier call probably than helping Satan.
Yeah.
But then he's got to bite the bullet, which to me, like, what that serves is we get a little more insight into Mark's internal struggle, but it's kind of like he's easing his way into what's going to become his ultimate major decision, which is I've got to side with the lesser of two evils as I understand it, because there's a
Yeah.
bigger threat here. So I have to do the thing I don't want to do in order to save my planet, which is 2 episodes later, or the next
Yep.
episode, right? Then Nolan comes back and he kind of has to make that same call all over again. Like, it's very
Mhm.
poetic because in a way, to almost everyone on earth,
Yeah.
Omni-Man is worse than the devil at this point. So again, he's got to make his deal with the devil, pun intended that time.
Yep.
And so yeah, when you get to backfill it with the context of what happens after, it's you're like, okay, I get the point, but I still didn't love it. I still found it to be very unfulfilling.
Yeah.
Um, they
It's
have this whole setup where the demons can't keep up with her, and then Mark just kind of easily
yeah,
beats her. It was not
pulverized
great.
her. Right? Yeah, it's not great. And I really liked Damien Darkblood in season 1 because that's when he's the private eye, the investigator. But then he's been relegated to hell for every season since. So getting him back out is good because now it's setting up some future plot line that we don't know. Maybe you do because you might have
Exactly.
gotten it spoiled, but he's now out. And what's Satan say is, I need you to figure out what these humans are doing because Volcanica shouldn't have this kind of power. What's going on? What are they fucking around up there doing? Like, there's a whole future storyline. I don't know if we needed to waste one of the 8 episodes on the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been a subplot within an episode. I think maybe would have been
Even
more my
if
speed.
even if half that episode is other characters, right?
Yeah, just
Even
do
if it's
something else. Yeah,
it's literally it's Mark and it's Mark and Damien and his sister. That, speaking of, Jesus, that's fucking nasty too when she's regrowing her body. I
oh
forgot
yeah,
about that one because she can't join the final body because she looks like she's a fucking apple that's gotten ran over.
yeah. It's just like the host of Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I agree with that. Like, where was our meanwhile with Alan in the gang segment when we needed it in that
Yeah,
episode?
I would have a great
You get
place
like,
to,
what's the coalition up to, dude? I'm bored with this
yeah.
hell stuff.
Yeah, they're perfect. You could have easily. Shout out to a great line from episode 2. You mentioned Alan. What's his line? You almost made me feel sorry for a race that is like genocidal maniacs or something like that. when he's
Oh,
when he's
yeah.
explaining what happened to the Viltrumites.
Dude, yes, which is one of my favorite parts of this season. Is finally getting the
Yeah, brutal.
backstory,
Yep.
which I don't think we get it from Nolan in the comic, if memory serves. I think you get
Mhm.
it. I think it might be a speech from Thrag where you get it, but um, I thought it was really cool the way they just kind of cold opened with it. And, you know, you're able to, again, if you're paying attention, eventually like they tell you that it's Nolan and stuff like that. But, and then so it's just really cool to see that backstory of the Viltrum scourge virus and all of that stuff. And it was wild, that setup with the kids where he's teaching the kids, and then his mom and dad beat him to like his
Oh,
mom,
yeah.
who gets her eye ripped
jerk.
out by her son, like abandons her family because the dad is too soft and he won't kill his kid.
Yeah. You're an adult. Get ready. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that is funny where he's like, that's enough. And she's like, oh, you're she doesn't say you're too soft, but
yeah,
you're like, you're a bitch. I do enjoy, like, they've done a really good job. Like, you could tell almost right away that was Nolan. And not because it looked like future him, it kind of looked like young Mark in a way.
That's true too.
Like,
Yeah,
looked similar to Mark, which, speaking of looking like people, so when Mark starts to heal and grows his like fake, his mustache, like his shitty beard and stuff, he looks a lot like Steven Yeun in real life. Like, I couldn't stop seeing it. I'm like, oh my God, like he looks like him right now. The way they did his mustache, I'm like, he actually kind of fucking looks like him.
Dude, I'm still trying to figure out Omni-Man's beard when he grows it. It's like his hair, he had to have run out of hair dye by now. So somehow all the hair on the top of his head,
Yeah, but over here, it's like
sideburns, like all this actually is gray, and then this part's black again. I'm just like, what in the Doctor Strange is going on here? How does this dude is out here looking like a Dalmatian?
Yeah. That was. I really, I think that really enjoyed those scenes between Oliver and Omni-Man there. Those were really good.
Yeah, I'm loving
some of my favorites.
Just the whole backstory. So how we keep getting more pieces of that with the betrayer and the war. I still feel that is one of the areas that I haven't found all the spoilers for. So like I know what happens with this battle between Viltrum and the Coalition, but I don't know if there's going to, like, I keep getting the vibe, and I want to ask you about this, James, from the betrayer, the guy who's the former Viltrumite, who's the leader of the Coalition. I just keep getting the feeling that he's going to be willing to burn his whole entire team if it means, like, he's got a little Billy Butcher in him, right? Where it's like,
yeah, he does. Like when he's talking about
all costs, and like he's willing to leave people behind to die. Like, I keep wondering if there's going to be like a double rug pull, and he's going to like betray these guys too, and we're going to be like, oh, it turns out this guy was also a piece of shit.
It's interesting. His comment when he's talking to Alan, he's like, he essentially says it's a small price to pay because it's war. And Alan's like, the fuck are you talking about? We've lost so many people today. Like, that's where you think about it. I don't think he's going to double cross them, but I absolutely see the Billy Butcher in him. Like, we win at all costs. We have to destroy, we have to kill Thrag here and now in the next couple episodes to shatter the Viltrum Empire.
Which is funny because it mirrors Thrag and the Viltrum Empire so much.
Yeah, to a T.
Doing the exact same thing. Like all good villains, or at least most, like these guys think what they're doing is right. You know, they're insane. But they think that they have to win at all costs because of what they were taught and how their whole society works. And they're cruel in their execution of this plan.
Yeah.
But so is he, dude.
And he's ruthless too. When they turn on the war, he's ruthless too. Do they ever? I know he's the betrayer that killed Argyle. Do they ever say how he did it in the show? Have they said that yet? I know they showed how they wiped the Viltrum Empire out, and then subsequently figured out that he was the one that did it. I don't think they ever showed. I think the skull is the first time you see it when Thraggy's talking to the skull, but the skull is like is like smashed right here. So I don't know, probably something like that is what I see, but they don't I don't think they've ever actually said. They just call him a betrayer, and we know he's the one that did it.
Dude, I hope we get to see that because I can only
That would be
imagine
really
what
fucking
fight
cool
that would be.
flashback. Yeah.
And they're gonna need him soon. Like at a certain point, there's only 2 episodes left, so I do expect there to be one big battle. So maybe we don't see this until next season, but I think they're gonna get to a point where if you, in order to have more cool battles with Viltrumites in it, you're gonna have to do a couple more of those flashbacks, and that would be one I would love to see because it wouldn't feel like it was shoehorned in because we have to meet our fight scene quota for the week. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be like, okay, like that would be a
Mhm.
cool part of the story. I'd love to see it. I think it would be a cool way to introduce how badass this dude could be, so it kind of raises his power level as well. Because it doesn't take much with those Viltrum squad. You know, they 1 to 2 minute scene, you can
Yep.
showcase a ton of power. So I would
Yes, you
love. I'm
can. Yes.
fascinated at how did this guy, if he was the strongest of all of Viltrum, like how did
What
the
the
betrayer
fuck?
get him? Like
Yeah.
what
What
was
happened?
it?
How did we get to like what the fuck happened?
I'd have taken 50 minutes on that instead of a detour to hell
Yeah.
with the volcano lady.
Yes, absolutely. Oh fuck. The next two names of the next 2 episodes are "Don't Do Anything Rash" and "Don't Leave Me Hanging Here." So really don't give much away.
Oh, I bet Mark's gonna get beaten to a point where virtually anybody not named Goku would die. And then, much like Goku, he'll just have to rest up for 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
eat some sensu beans, and he'll be back out there like,
He'll be back.
you're pretty strong.
Um, I'm just looking at the voice actors in this. I just found the list. It's fucking insane. You got Stephen Yen, J.K. Simmons. We've mentioned Sandra Oh is Debbie Grayson. Do you know who Sandra Oh is?
She was in what is that damn
She's in Grey's Anatomy for
Grey's
9.
Anatomy? Thank you.
Yes. Yep.
I kept wanting to call it ER. I was like, it's not
Yep.
that one. It's
Close.
the
Then, yeah,
new one.
it's just insane. Like Jillian Jacobs is in it. Walton Goggins is Cecil Stedman. Seth Rogen is Alan. We talked about Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Who else do we got here that I recognize? Ben Schwartz is Shape Smith. He is Parks and Rec fame.
Oh, Jean Ralphio is Shapes. Oh my god, dude.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No wonder that character is the worst.
Yep. That's who it is.
My god, dude.
Peter Cullen is Thaddeus.
Allison Jones. My god.
There is just Clancy Brown is 3 different characters.
Which is good because one of them we fucking hate. So
yeah, exactly right. There's a couple other ones here that I was like, oh shit. Mark Hamill is Art Rosenbaum. And then there was one other big one down here. Where am I looking?
Well, we lost Jesse Pinkman. Remember that? Remember when?
Yeah, he said it took too much of a toll on him. Yeah,
murderer who played a character that watched multiple loved ones get murdered right in front of his face. Yeah. Remember when he said that cartoon voiceover role fucked with his head too much?
Yeah,
like I'm not. Maybe it might sound a little crass here. I'm not necessarily trying to shit.
Sorry, dude. Like,
but
yeah,
damn, dude. Like, how does that happen? And also, it's just our loss because I think they would have done more with that character, but I don't know that you necessarily want to replace Aaron Paul if you can just move away from the character, right? There, I don't know.
Yeah,
we are normally pro recasting.
Yep.
But this wasn't a main character, so I guess I'm okay.
Yeah, it's pretty easy just to move on.
And we've had some great cameos, and we had one that could have been around a little longer, but I would just love to know what it is about that character.
What did it? What brought that out?
This is too tough, man.
That was after you did a whole show on. Yeah. Speaking of Breaking Bad, I've got 2 last people I want to shout out as voice actors. Jonathan Banks is Brit. You probably don't recognize the name Jonathan Banks. However, you would recognize him because he is in Breaking Bad. What is his character in Breaking Bad? He is Fixer Mike Ehrmantraut in Breaking Bad. He's Ehrmantraut, yeah.
Wait. What role? Who is this in Invincible?
He's Brit, the leader of the Guardians now.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Like the old dude who looks like
Yep. That yells at Rex for not following orders all the time.
Yeah. Oh
Yep.
my god, dude!
Yep.
I did not realize that.
Yep.
Oh, I like that a lot.
There's just some names you start looking. You're like, wait a second. Then the last one I recognize that I want to shoot at. Space Racer is Winston Duke, who is M'Baku in the Black Panther movies.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yep.
man.
Yeah. The cast is just incredible. And I'm sure if I went through these guest actors too, like Troy Baker pops up in here. He's fucking Nolan's his father. Like, it's crazy. I feel like this is just a who's who of they make phone calls and they're like, fuck yeah, we want to be in it we'll do it. We're here.
Right, dude. Well, I imagine for a lot of these guys, like it's an easy and fun payday. Like there's no costume, there's not 4 hours of makeup.
Yeah.
To get out of
a
makeup.
lot of people, like it's fun. Bruce Campbell's Satan. I always forget that one.
I didn't know that one either.
Yeah, I did know that one. Bruce Campbell is Satan. Yeah, I did know that.
They pulling out all of the stops now. Who's the voice actor for Thrag? Does it have that one handy?
Thrag is Lee Pace.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Man.
Another one. This one isn't as well known, but Jeffrey Donovan is Machine Head. I just know Jeffrey Donovan because he's the main actor in Burn Notice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar.
I watched it
Heard of
a
Burn
bunch
Notice
when I was younger. Yeah, it was a CBS show, I think.
We'll see who else they have ready for us. I'm sure we're not done.
Yeah, we're not done for sure
with the big actors that come in to add to this show. But yeah, I for one am excited, and I have now a new level of excitement, James, because like I said, I think this is points for both the show and the source material that I can have a lot of it spoiled for me, some by chance, some by choice. And I'm still very excited to see how the show gets to these places. So I'm not exactly sure where this season is going to end, like knowing what I do know about comes later. I think we are in for a good next season. Like now I'm already kind of thinking about, what are they going to do next year? We've only got 2 more of these episodes. We got about 2 hours left of this.
Yep.
I will say this, my guess, potential spoiler, I don't think this whole Thrag business will be concluded at the end of this.
No, I don't think so.
Prepare yourself, gangs, for an Empire Strikes Back sort of cliffhanger.
He's barely been in this season, really, if you think about it. He's under a minute or 2 total screen time. It's not been much.
Yeah, that'd be some MCU shit if they
100%.
Can't say that anymore because, well,
they don't even. Yeah, they've stopped really killing people off like that.
And other Amazon shows, which we may or may not be reviewing this month, have had certain spin-off shows that have done the same thing with incredible characters where it's like, oh, hey, we'll just introduce this person and then, oh, they're gone.
Bye-bye.
There goes Gore the God Butcher.
God damn it.
Good thing we didn't use him. Good thing we didn't use him as a
dude, you had to bring
whole
it up.
arc enemy,
You just had to bring up how
that
cool that character was and how awesome Christian Bale was. Thanks, bud. Thanks. I really fucking 2 thumbs up. Ready to fucking ruin this show. Oh,
we were getting close to the hour, so I figured I'd shut this down.
We gotta shut this shit down. Good for us. I knew we'd go for a while. I didn't expect us to get to an hour. Any final thoughts? Anything last minute things you want to talk about?
Well, not much beyond what I was just expressing to you guys. I think we've got 2 good hours ahead of us. I do expect I do expect it potentially to end on a low point for our heroes, because I would be upset if this story arc doesn't go for another season. Like, I think the whole Thrag Viltrum thing needs to
It's
go
not.
on
Yeah.
for a couple more seasons. I think that's kind of where my head's at, James, is how much more of this show are we going to get? So
It's got to
yeah,
be
very
like we talked about. It's got to be. I would think at least 2, if not 3 more seasons, because you're talking about they're not even halfway through the compendiums yet, right? They're on book 2, and there's 3, and yeah, like
they're like basically right at the halfway point right now.
yeah. There's at
Right
least, in
around
my opinion, 3 seasons left, 2 to 3 seasons left, probably 3. So I think
Well,
you
I
could.
hope so.
I think you could. Drag is the wrong word, but I don't think you can end this Thrag storyline.
Drag it along.
Yeah, let's Thrag. Shut up, Kev. Although I know he's like super powerful, a part of me was like, I wonder if this guy's just like a punk, and somehow he got up to, because like when the head drops, the skull drops out of the breaking ship, he like freaks. I'm like, what if this guy is just a giant pussy? And that's like a running gag, is like he just gets fucking like he goes to fight Invincible, and Invincible punches him once and just kills him.
Like he's some volcano queen or something.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, are we setting it up for that?
That would be funny. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see. My thoughts.
I don't think
my
so.
guess is that he'll be like the ultimate badass. That he'll probably be the toughest of them all. Like I said, they've made some changes to the story, but
yeah, he's the guy. Like everybody's fucking scared of him. So it's.
But I will say that
not.
you're on to something. You were right to know it was the idea that he sort of, I mean, abandoned ship, but kind of abandoned the fight to grab that skull and fly home with it. Like there's something there.
Interesting. Okay.
There is going to be more to expand upon that. He is uniquely obsessed with this guy, and then there's a little bit more to it than that, which I will leave as a tasty little potential morsel for all of you. Because that'd be a huge fucking spoiler. Like that people would be angry at me if I told them this.
Yep, don't say it. Don't say it. Hopefully, maybe we will be talking about that here when we review episodes 7 and 8. Maybe we shall see.
Ooh.
Do you think we will?
I hope it'll be more like a season 6 thing, but
okay, that kind of spoiler. Got it. Okay, got it.
Maybe, yeah.
Got it. Okay, not gonna ask anymore. So, thank you guys for joining us today. This has been the Weekly dDweeb. This is our Invincible episodes 1 through 6 review. If you like this, please like, subscribe, and share as we work our way towards 200. We will be reviewing episodes 7 and 8 as well. Probably do them as a package deal would be my guess, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's probably accurate. And
unless 7 is incredible tomorrow night, then maybe we'll change our minds.
And we just feel like we need to talk, like, hey, this is going to take 45 minutes on its own.
Yeah, we're going to leave this open-ended. I think we'll do them together, but it's our show. We can do whatever the fuck we want. So, also,
James, we might need to get a new graphic made, because I want one of these bad boys, but for Battle Beast. All right, where
is
the fuck is Battle Beast? Quit showing me the king of that planet being a little talking head in the coalition, which is a plot hole, by the way, because when they went over to the planet of all the battle beasts, they're like, yeah, we don't know where he is. Like,
he's back though. They found him. He's back.
You're on the board of the coalition, and y'all didn't know where your best warrior was at. Like, you sent Alan and whatnot to go find this guy when the betrayer meets with him in a boardroom meeting every day.
You want to know where he was at. Got it. Yeah. You want to know where he was at. I understood it as he was just floating through space because he can't fly.
For too long. What were we doing there?
I agree.
Right? You gotta make it up to me, man. I need more battle beasts.
I agree. More battle beasts. We get very little. We don't even get him fighting Viltrumites very much. I do love when they're like, this guy's been waiting for you, man. Like, he won't talk to anybody. And it's fucking Alan. And he comes up. He's like, you promised me. And Alan's like, good to see you too. Welcome back.
Yeah, dude. Every episode that doesn't have Battle Beast,
I agree.
Like,
I do.
Where's Battle Beast? All right.
Yeah, give us more Battle Beast. Kev, outside of here and outside of where you're probably doing a live show trying to track down Battle Beast whereabouts, where can we find you at, buddy?
Check us out over on Carnage Media. We've got a big pay-per-view this weekend on April the 18th. Carnage Fight Series 7. Going to have amateur MMA, pro MMA. Should be a great time. And then, of course, pro wrestling. We've got Benchmark Pro Wrestling the following Saturday, April 25th. So check that out. We will be, there's no live stream for that one, but the show will be posted the following week. So very excited to get back into that. It is now officially my busy season, gang. So I have gigs for every weekend for the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Forever. It's actually just forever.
There's week 7 is kind of up in the air. So it might be 6, it might be 8. We'll see. But because of that, make sure you got the notifications on, because our upload schedule will sometimes deviate, because James and I are two balds about town. We got elbows to rub, hands to shake, babies to kiss. No, we're not politicians. All right. So we're not going to be doing any of all that. But we're out here getting some shit done, and turn those noties on so you don't miss any of our endless series reviews. Daredevil, Maul, more Invincible, The Boys. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something.
No,
Bone Temple.
Bone Temple is going to be coming.
Bone Temple's been out for a month. We haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's we're gonna do it. We are gonna get to it. I promise. I promise you guys, we're gonna get to it. So thank you guys for joining us. This has been the Weekly Dweeb. Please like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And until next time, we shall see ya.